You need kid-friendly attraction ideas to fill out your Las Vegas itinerary, and I'm going to give you 50+ suggestions on the Strip, Fremont Street, and nearby. There is a lot of ground to cover, so we're going to move quickly. No fluff, no BS, just a rapid-fire rundown of ideas with a quick look inside each. I guarantee there's a few items you hadn't yet considered. I'm saving my favorite, the eerie, deserted ruins of a ghost town near Lake Mead for last, so make sure you stick around. Dreambox 360 is a newer video attraction located along LINQ's promenade, and it immerses you and the family in one of several stories. In addition to a 360-degree projection screen, the attraction uses fog, lighting effects, and scents to enhance the experience. I recently stopped in to see their Arctic ghost ship quest, and I think your kids are going to dig it. Minus5 Icebar offers locations at the Venetian, along LINQ's promenade, and at Mandalay Bay. While your kiddo isn't going to be able to knock back cocktails, the Ice Bar allows kids 7 and up to hang out before 9 p.m. It's a fun novelty as everything is made of ice, including the tables, chairs, walls, decor, even the cups. A parka and gloves are included in the price of admission. They serve non-alcoholic drinks like the Jack Frost, which combines pineapple and orange juice with soda. Also located along LINQ's promenade, I Love Sugar is a retail store that sells an impressive array of bulk candy, vintage sweets, and outlandish desserts. Give your kid 20 bucks and let them go nuts. The FlyLINQ Zipline sends riders soaring over the LINQ promenade at heights of up to 12 stories at speeds of up to 35 miles per hour. In total, the ride travels 1,121 feet. While it isn't quite as scenic as SlotZilla on Fremont Street, it is a bit cheaper and still a solid value. I'm terrified of heights, recently tackled this, and had a great time. Not scary at all. The high roller observation wheel reaches heights of 550 feet during your 30-minute rotation. I've now done 4 spins on the high roller and it has yet to get old. Adult tickets start at $29 with the attraction, but Vegas.com is commonly a little bit cheaper than that if you buy in advance. Price it out to get the best deal. If you want an even better vantage point, consider an aerial tour of the Strip with Maverick helicopters, which starts at just over $100 per person. I recently took a daytime Strip tour which flies from the airport north to STRAT's tower and back. It was an impressive, well-run operation, and I can't wait to stop back in for a night flight. On the topic of STRAT, your kids are going to love venturing up to the top of the SkyPod observation deck, which is 871 feet above the street below. Sweetening the pot for those of you with kids, STRAT SkyPod is home to 2 pretty compelling rides. The first, Extreme, slides a roller coaster cab back and forth over the edge of the tower, while Big Shot shoots riders straight up in the air. Observation deck tickets typically cost $20 to $30 in advance with STRAT, depending on the day, but this is another situation where tickets can commonly be cheaper if purchased in advance on Vegas.com. Another add-on attraction atop STRAT's tower, the Sky Jump is open to kids 14 and up and is a controlled free fall from 829 feet. Mandalay Bay's Shark Reef Aquarium will give you and the family a chance to walk along the floor of a 1.6 million gallon aquarium and see over 100 species, which includes 12 unique shark varieties. In addition to the aquarium, there's an indoor zoo stocked with various animals and even a touch pool which is home to horseshoe crabs and stingrays. In all, there are over 2,000 individual animals that call the Shark Reef home. The Eiffel Tower viewing deck at Paris provides some of the best views and photo opportunities that you'll find in Las Vegas. The tower itself is a half-scale replica of the real deal in Paris, France, and the observation deck is an impressive 46 stories or 541 feet above Las Vegas Boulevard below. It's a pretty surreal spot to watch the fountains of Bellagio dance from. The Sphere experience isn't the cheapest thing to do in Las Vegas, as tickets start at around $90 before taxes and fees, but it is spectacular. The experience starts in the Sphere's lobby where you'll have the opportunity to chat with AI robots, create your own avatar, and buy a cocktail. After an hour in the lobby, guests are encouraged to take their seats for Postcard from Earth, which showcases some of the most scenic parts of our planet and is a cautionary tale of what could happen if we mistreat it. It's a visual masterpiece that your family is going to enjoy, even if you have to sell a kidney to afford it. While most resorts in Las Vegas require you to stay in their hotel or rent a cabana to access their pool scene, there are a couple options that allow you to buy a day pass. Mandalay Bay's beach costs $25 for a day pass and has a wave pool, a real sand beach, and a lazy river among its features. MGM Grand's pool complex also sells day passes for $25 and offers 6.5 acres of pools that include a lazy river. Located on the third floor of the shops at Crystal's, Immersive Van Gogh drops attendees into the works of the storied artist, bringing his creations to life in a 500,000 cubic foot space with floor-to-ceiling projection screens. Even the floor is part of the projection show. If your kids are a bit young to appreciate the works of Van Gogh, they also offer an immersive Disney animation show that pieces clips from iconic Disney movies together into a 56-minute production. Arte Museum is a collection of visuals that aim to unite the digital world with nature, and there are some seriously compelling things to see, like towering waterfalls and a calming beach scene. The coolest by far was the Star Raindrop Room though. Kids will especially enjoy the station that tasks them with coloring a creature of their own that's then scanned and brought to life on screen. While there were some amazing visuals, I felt like other displays were a little bit mailed in. Not sure it lived up to its $50+ price tag for adult admission, but I do think your kids are really going to enjoy it. Located next door to Arte Museum is the Museum of Illusions, which I found to be a really worthwhile diversion. Inside, you'll encounter all sorts of mind-bending optical illusions that are difficult to believe, ranging from printed illusions on the walls to some really fun photo opportunities like this head on a platter, this handstand, the tilted room, this disjointed chair thing, and the Ames room that makes one person look massive in comparison to the other. The absolute coolest part of the Museum of Illusions was a stationary walkway with a rotating drum around it that caused me to lose my balance. I literally couldn't walk through it with my eyes open. I thought this one might be kind of lame or underwhelming coming in, but this attraction's a straight up winner. Secret Pizza at Cosmopolitan is like a speakeasy for kids. Selling pizza by the slice, the pizza joint is on Cosmopolitan's third floor, and the unmarked hallway leading to it is lined with records between Blue Ribbon and Jaleo. Give the kids a few hints, tell them to sniff out the pizza. Madame Tussauds at the Venetian is home to wax recreations of celebrities that include rappers, actors, and athletes. While your kid is unlikely to want to snap a pic with Ace Rothstein, Bugsy Siegel, or Hugh Hefner, they'll likely be thrilled to encounter stars like Katy Perry, Tupac, Babe Ruth, Drake, and Miley Cyrus. Luxor's HyperX Esports Arena is a pretty surreal scene with a 30,000 square foot video wall, gaming stations, and even a couple bars. Gaming passes start at $15 for an hour, but passes of up to 24 hours are available, and they don't have to be used in one sitting. The Esports Arena also commonly hosts contests and live tournaments, which are reviewable on the upcoming events calendar. Both Luxor and Horseshoe are home to attractions that feature real human cadavers to educate visitors about the main functions of the human body. Both are cool, but I most recently visited Luxor's version and especially enjoyed the bodies that were chopped into layers to show the cross-section of what's inside of us. Most impactful for kids though is the comparison of a smoker's lungs to those of a non-smoker. One hell of a deterrent. As a kid, the Titanic tragedy fascinated me, and Luxor has an artifact exhibition that's sure to enthrall your little history buff. The museum is home to over 250 artifacts recovered from the seafloor, ship and room recreations, a real iceberg that kids can touch, and the big piece, a 15-ton section of the ship. Titanic also taps into the human element of the tragedy, showcasing personal correspondence and artifacts. Guests are even assigned a real passenger's boarding pass when entering, and then learn their fate at the end. This is one of my favorite attractions in all of Las Vegas. It's fantastic. Discovering King Tut's tomb is a newer museum attraction at Luxor that traces the steps of Howard Carter's historic discovery. The attraction is chock full of interesting educational tidbits and visuals, but near the tail end of my first visit, I was disappointed to figure out that every single artifact in the place is a reproduction. There isn't one real artifact there. While I left a little bit disappointed and underwhelmed, fans of Egyptian history are likely to get a little bit more out of the experience. During the summer months, Cosmopolitan screens popular movies on their Boulevard pool deck on Monday nights that have included Back to the Future, Mission Impossible, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Jaws, and The Dark Knight, among others. Hotel guests get in for free and non-guests need to pay $15. During the winter months, the Boulevard pool deck transforms into an ice skating rink, and they even offer skate rentals. All-day skating access costs $30, and rental skates are included in that price if needed. There are a good number of kid-friendly shows in Las Vegas. A few I've seen recently include Popovich's Comedy Pet Theater and the Miracle Mile shops at Planet Hollywood, which showcases dogs, cats, birds, even a pig. It's an animal lover's dream and is pretty adorable. BattleBots Destructathon calls a giant tent behind Horseshoe home and pits the robots that you've seen on the hit TV show against each other and even against the slot machine. It feels like you're at a live taping of the show and is a really unique experience. Paranormal mind reading at Horseshoe will have you amazed for around $30. I went into this show a skeptic and left a believer in mind reading. Can't explain it, it's a great show. There are a handful of arcades up and down the strip, but the granddaddy of them all is Circus's Arcade in Midway, which is home to 200 modern and classic arcade games and carnival-style Midway games. The resort is definitely a bit rough around the edges, but this is easily the biggest and best arcade in Vegas and has a prize redemption room so big it looks like a small retail store. If you're only going to do one arcade in Vegas, make it this one. While we're on the topic of Circus, their indoor Adventuredome amusement park is home to rides that are tame and suitable for young kids like a merry-go-round, teacups, and a Ferris wheel, to wild and thrilling rides like roller coasters, the Inverter, Nebula Z, and Sand Pirates. All-day ride passes cost either $30 or $60, depending on how tall your kid is. Flamingo's wildlife habitat is a serene setting and is completely free to explore. There you'll find birds, fish, waterfalls, and even a flock of Chilean flamingos. It's a calming, serene scene that also tends to smell like a rotting whale corpse. Just breathe through your mouth. The Coca-Cola store is fun to explore as they sell a ridiculous amount of soda branded merchandise that includes Christmas ornaments, clothing, home decor items, soda can pillows, and more. Shopping aside, your kids will love visiting the soda bar to try the Around the World tray, which gives you a chance to sample 16 different sodas that are popular in other parts of the world. Some are great, some are not. It's fun. Another theme store, M&Ms World, slings a wide assortment of M&M branded merchandise and have an entire wall of bulk M&Ms available for purchase. You can even customize the inscription on a batch of your own M&Ms. Of course, there are also plenty of photo ops scattered about, including with this dude. Last theme store for a bit, I promise, Hershey's Chocolate World at New York is home to a Statue of Liberty made from the equivalent of 8,258 bars of chocolate, candy branded merchandise like hats, shirts, mugs, and candy, a milkshake bar, and an entire case of sweet treats that your kids are gonna love. Bellagio is home to a couple freebies that both kids and adults are gonna enjoy. Bellagio's Floral Conservatory is swapped out seasonally and is a must-visit every trip. I have more photo and video archived from this particular attraction than I'm proud to admit. Along those same lines, the Fountains of Bellagio are choreographed to dance to a selection of songs by artists like Frank Sinatra, Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars, and Michael Jackson, among others. Twilight Zone by Monster Mini Golf at Horseshoe is a trip. The mini golf gameplay itself is fine, bordering on kinda boring as the course is pretty unimaginative and flat, but the visuals and photo ops are next level. Best yet, it only costs $11.95 per person. They even have a small arcade. New York's Big Apple Coaster is a rough, wild experience that has a 203-foot drop, reaches speeds of over 67 miles per hour, goes upside down, and provides some sweet views of the strip. Rides start at $25, and adults, it's likely to leave you sore for a couple days. It's fun though. Sure, you have a Topgolf back home, but yours doesn't have the Las Vegas Strip as a backdrop, as the one tucked behind the MGM Grand does. Aside from the view, Topgolf offers a number of social and interactive games that folks of all ages and experience levels are sure to enjoy. Hitting bays start at just $47 per hour, and that price is splittable amongst your party. Atomic Golf at STRAT offers social golf games and is a very similar concept to Topgolf. I recently visited during the day and was a little underwhelmed by how hot the facility was mid-summer and how bland the range looked during the day, so make sure you plan your visit at night when the range comes to life with cosmic lighting effects. A free attraction in the Showcase Mall, the Stranger Things official store, is way cooler than I had originally thought it would be. Inside are several unique photo opportunities, demogorgons, and set recreations that double as a retail store. The attention to detail in the set recreations was impressive, and fans of the show should prioritize a visit. The Pinball Hall of Fame is located on the south reaches of the Las Vegas Strip near Mandalay Bay and the Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign, and it's home to 25,000 square feet of pinball glory, with games ranging from the 1950s to today. In addition to pinball, the Hall of Fame is also home to a good number of classic arcade games and even cheap vending. Entry is free, you just need quarters to play. They have ATM and change machines at the ready. Just tell your kids to abide by the strict no fun policy. I'm just kidding, control your kids. Tucked in the back of the stunning Forum Shops at Caesar's Palace is the free Fall of Atlantis show, which is a corny animatronic production that incorporates some fun water and fire effects. While you're in the neighborhood, check out the 50,000-gallon saltwater aquarium, which is stocked with a variety of sea life. An opportunity unique to the Las Vegas Strip, your family has a chance to explore different parts of the world, all on one 4-mile stretch of road. The Venetian and the Grand Canal shops can transport you to Venice, and you can even take the family for a memorable gondola ride. Next, visit ancient Egypt at Luxor. Although the theme has been whittled down a bit over the years, she can still drop jaws. My favorite themed area in Las Vegas, however, is the Greenwich Village section in New York, which is home to a number of restaurants at the street level. I always refer to it as movie set quality, and I have more pictures and video of the area than I'm proud of. The Mob Museum is located steps away from Fremont Street and is likely to appeal to older kids with a passion for watching the History Channel, like me when I was young. Inside, you'll explore a detailed history of organized crime in the United States and Las Vegas. Most importantly, it isn't boring. The museum does a great job of leveraging audio, visual, and eye-catching displays to educate and hold your attention. The downtown container park is home to a playground, also constructed out of shipping containers, that's sure to entertain younger kids. They also scatter oversized games like checkers, Connect 4, and even Legos around, and they're free to play with. In the evening, stop back for a fiery show courtesy of the container park's 40-foot tall praying mantis that awakens nightly at sundown. The SlotZilla Zipline is one of the top attractions in downtown Las Vegas, and for good reason. It's awesome. The shorter, lower SlotZilla Zipline sends riders flying 2 blocks at heights of up to 7 stories from the ground in a seated position. The taller Superhero Zoo line sends riders on a 5-block rip above Fremont Street at heights of up to 11 stories. As I mentioned earlier, I'm terrified of heights, and I thought this was an amazing ride. They're even currently offering unlimited rides Monday through Friday before 5 p.m. for just $69, which is a great value. The ride even gives you free digital photos at the tail end of your ride, but you should upgrade for an additional $15 to get a camera strapped to your wrist as I did. If you're only going to do one zipline in Vegas, make it this one. Inspire your kids to save for retirement by taking a photo with $1 million at Binion's, who recently revamped and reintroduced their $1 million photo opportunity. Just push the red button behind the stack of cash to have your picture taken, and that can then be sent to the phone number or email address of your choice. If your kids are anything like mine, then the History Channel show Pawn Stars has them hooked. If that's the case, take them to the world-famous Gold and Silver Pawn Shop to see the items they've seen bartered for on TV in person. They can even shop show merchandise. Just a heads up, it's usually pretty crowded, the stars aren't going to be there, but it's free and fans of the show are likely to enjoy it. The Neon Museum is home to over 250 vintage Las Vegas signs from properties that are both long gone and still with us today. 25 of those signs have been restored to their prior glory. I've now visited both during the day and at night and think spending a few extra bucks to go after dusk is well worth it. Pools in downtown Las Vegas, for the most part, lack the wow factor of pools found on the Strip. If yours is a pool family, you can pay a cover charge of around $40 per person to get into Golden Nugget's tank, which boasts a 200,000-gallon aquarium stocked with fish and sharks as its centerpiece. There's even a transparent water slide that goes right through it. The Toy Shack is a store tucked inside Neonopolis, and it's home to a wide selection of toys from both the past and modern times, including Hot Wheels, action figures, Beanie Babies, movie memorabilia, and more. Toss your kid $25 and let them have a ball. Area 15 is an off-strip entertainment complex that is chock full of kid and family-friendly activities that include the Asylum Arcade. The bottom level of the arcade is open to all ages. Illuminarium, an immersive video experience that can take you to outer space. 5-Iron Golf, a virtual golfing experience. Halley's Comet, a zipline attraction that leisurely rips around Area 15's ceiling. Liftoff, a slow-moving ride that offers views of the Strip and broader Las Vegas Valley. Mom and Dad, you can even grab a cocktail before you board. Museum Fiasco, a choreographed light show. Wink World, which offers visualizations of infinity. And the most popular Omega Mart by Meow Wolf, which appears to be a standard supermarket until you learn there's much more to it than that. Find the portals and discover the real truth behind Omega Mart's parent company, Dramcorp. Those are just the things that I've done at Area 15. You can see the full rundown of activities on their website. You can also save a healthy chunk of change by bundling attractions as part of their experience passes. Popstroke is a new mini golf concept created in partnership with Tiger Woods that mirrors the look and feel of a real-world golf course. Located at Town Square south of the Strip, Popstroke is reachable via the Deuce bus route and offers 2 separate 18-hole courses, a couple bars, and a food menu. Best yet, your day pass allows you to play as much as your heart desires. My brother and I recently stopped in and we found it to be a really great value. Kiss by Monster Mini Golf at Rio is a similar attraction to the Twilight Zone course I mentioned earlier. It's a product of the same folks. The entire venue is a shrine to the band, with music playing overhead, music videos playing on the TVs, and of course, plenty of glowing tributes. There's even a Kiss museum and a small arcade. You wouldn't know it from walking the strip, but wide open spaces and some really great hiking can be found 15 miles away at the Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area. It costs just $15 per carload to get in, and once inside you can cruise the 13-mile scenic drive and hit up the scenic vistas and hiking trails that are found along it. On my last visit, I hiked the Calico Tanks Trail, which is a 2.2-mile round-trip journey and showcases some stunning rock formations and colors. Next, I ventured into Icebox Canyon, which was shady, much cooler than the surrounding landscape, and was one of the more scenic hiking experiences I've ever had. The trail started flat but got increasingly rocky and challenging as I worked my way into the canyon. Valley of Fire State Park is about 60 minutes by car from resorts on the strip and serves up some beautiful scenery. The park spans 40,000 acres and is a hiking haven. The first trail I attacked was the 1.1-mile White Domes Loop, which even had the ruins of an old movie set along it, in addition to the Narrows, which were so cool to navigate through. The second was the Fire Wave, which isn't even open during the summer due to high temperatures. Again, gorgeous. Most trails can easily be tackled with kids, and I saw a ton of wildlife, which both scared the hell out of me and enhanced the experience. The Hoover Dam is an engineering marvel and is located just 40 minutes from the strip by car. While exploring the exterior of the dam is free, I recommend springing for a full dam tour, which costs $30 and takes you into the bowels of the concrete monstrosity to include the power plant. The coolest part of the tour easily was walking through an air intake tunnel to peer out of a vent in the front face of the dam. After your dam experience, ensure you stop to walk across the towering bridge that overlooks it. There's free parking and a walking path that leads right up to it. Considering my heights thing, I couldn't wait to get off of it, but there is no better vantage point for a photo of the Hoover Dam. Lastly, my favorite, a ghost town. St. Thomas, Nevada was founded in the 1860s and grew to a population of around 500 people when construction of the Hoover Dam caused the newly formed Lake Mead to swallow the town up, submerging it in up to 70 feet of water. Thanks to recent dry conditions, the ruins of the town are once again accessible and are marvelous to explore. Visible are the foundations of old houses and buildings, and the staircase leading up to the former school building is downright eerie. Informational placards are placed in front of many buildings to shed light on their former identity. At times, I was the only one at the site when I visited, and the experience doubled as creepy and fascinating. The St. Thomas Ghost Town is located a 90-minute drive from Las Vegas in the Lake Mead Recreation Area, but it's worth visiting if you are up for an adventure. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a favorite kid-friendly activity in Las Vegas, make sure you leave it below in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so that you're notified when new content is available.